The NFL offseason has always been interesting, wild, and brings a lot of opportunities for players and teams. You know the Chargers are in win now mode this time, and they are ready to take advantage of any opportunity. In this context, the Chargers are being linked to an interesting trade, so let's explore the option. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. During free agency, we have seen that the Chargers bring back Khalil Mack on one-year contract, but they let go Joey Bosa. Now, honestly, this introduces a big hole in their pass rush position. Yes, the Chargers still have Tuli Tuipulotu, who actually led the team with 8.5 sacks in 2024, but they could afford to add some more depth in the trenches. So here comes an interesting prospect, Trey Hendrickson, a dominant pass rusher. Hendrickson's name didn't just come up out of nowhere. In fact, the current situation between Hendrickson and the Bengals is actually making him a good trade prospect. Let me explain everything to you. First, let me show you Hendrickson's worth. Trey Hendrickson has quietly been one of the most productive edge rushers in the NFL over the last few years. He came into the league in 2017 as a third-round pick by the New Orleans Saints out of Florida Atlantic. It took him a couple of seasons to find his rhythm, but once he did, he never looked back. After a breakout season in 2020 with 13.5 sacks, he signed with the Cincinnati Bengals in 2021. Since then, he's been the heart of their pass rush. He broke the Bengals' single-season sack record in his first year with 14 sacks, then followed it up with 17.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons, 2023 and 2024. He even led the league in sacks in 2024 and earned first-team All-Pro honors. So yeah, production isn't the question here. Now, when you look at these stats, you think of an elite player who deserves a good contract with some guaranteed money. But this is what the actual problem. Bengals front office doesn't think the same. And Hendrickson feels the pain. Despite his elite performance, Hendrickson is currently unhappy with how the Bengals are handling his contract situation. And it's not just about the money. It's about respect, communication, and long-term commitment. During a recent appearance on the Pat McAfee show, Hendrickson made it clear he hasn't been pleased with how talks have gone, or more accurately, haven't gone. He called the Bengals' communication poor and said it's been frustrating dealing with the front office. He even pointed out that he's had the same phone number since high school. A subtle but clear jab that the Bengals haven't even tried reaching out properly. What really seemed to push things further was a comment from Bengals executive Katie Blackburn, who said she hoped Hendrickson would just be happy to be playing in the NFL. That rubbed Hendrickson the wrong way, and understandably so. He's not asking to be the highest paid player. He just wants a fair deal in some respect. And if we speak about the Hendrickson's contract, he has 1 year remaining on his deal, and the Bengals just reached new deals with wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So it hinted that they might not be interested in offering an extension or big money to Hendrickson. So this frustration might just open the door to a new opportunity for the Los Angeles Chargers. We have discussed earlier that they need Bosa replacement. Also, Mack's future is uncertain, so Hendrickson can be a best fit for the Chargers. There's been league-wide interest in Hendrickson, but the challenge for any team is the price, both in draft picks and a possible new deal worth over $30 million per year. Not every front office has the cap space or flexibility to make that work. Still, with his past success under coaches now in new spots, like Lou Anarumo in Indianapolis, it's no surprise other teams are watching how this unfolds in Cincinnati. But the Chargers have the cap space and draft capital to make this happen. Hendrickson's contract would take up around $16 million of their remaining cap, but an extension could spread that number out. They're in position to do this if they want to. Now, let's be clear, this isn't just a player in decline looking for a new deal. Hendrickson is coming off his best season yet. In 2024, he led the NFL with 17.5 sacks. He had multiple games with 3 or more sacks, including a 4-sack game against the Raiders and 3.5 sacks in the regular season finale against the Steelers. He's also strong against the run and brings leadership and intensity to the locker room. He's now a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time All-Pro, and the 2024 winner of the Deacon Jones Award for leading the league in sacks. That's not just consistent, that's elite. And at 30 years old, he still has plenty of good football left. So what would it take for the Chargers to land Hendrickson? It's hard to say exactly. Logically, you'd think a player of his caliber would require a first-round pick. But NFL trades don't always follow logic. Some are completely lopsided. If the Bengals decide they don't want to deal with the situation and want to move on, they could settle for a second-rounder. If the Chargers can get Hendrickson without giving up their top pick, that would be a huge win. Adding Hendrickson would change the dynamic of the Chargers' defense. It would free up Khalil Mack to move around more. It would give the team more flexibility on passing downs, and it would create matchup nightmares for opposing offensive lines. More importantly, it would send a message. that this team is serious about. More importantly, it would send a message that this team is serious about competing now. They're not just building for the future, they're trying to win in the present. The AFC is loaded with elite quarterbacks and high-powered offenses. If you're going to make a run, you need pass rushers. Hendrickson gives you that. Trey Hendrickson is clearly unhappy in Cincinnati. The Bengals have prioritized other players and left one of their most productive defenders waiting for answers. Meanwhile, the Chargers have a need, the cap space, and a head coach who would love a player like Hendrickson on his roster. What do you think? Should the Chargers go all in for Trey Hendrickson? Let us know in the comments below.